Alright, hello everybody, Game Cooker US Rocks VR here. um, it's a Friday afternoon. I wasn't gonna get on today, but you know, I got like this little tiny window. So I figured I'd just hop on and let you guys know I'm still here. Um, of course, I'm not playing Skyrim. Um, so yeah, that won't be happening tonight. Um, but I figured I'd get in some Hunter Primal, since that's something I can kind of jump into and jump out of fairly quickly. I went and X'd out of my window on my laptop here. So, the server's open. Feel free to join. Um, you shouldn't have a problem connecting. There is a T-Rex somewhere nearby because I heard him. So I guess I'm going to have to investigate. Go look for it. And see if I can doesn't sound like my voice is very loud here. Excuse me. I think it's better now. Whoops, I paused it. I just got done eating, so forgive me for the clearing of my throat and stuff. Alright, so there is a Rex here. I heard him. I don't know why he walked away. Let's see if we can get him back. Yeah, I don't want to scare him away. Why do I have so many marksman rifles? I didn't hear the exact direction the Rex was coming from, the sound. It sounded like it was down here, but... Oh, hello. Plink. Bullseye. Oh, what happened there? Oh, it said he disconnected. Maybe that's why it walked away. Because Axel Mam came on. Because it was far away. So it could have detected him and then... why is this thing glowing? I never clicked on anything. Oh, that might have been the first one I clicked on when I was looking at the settler mate. Ooh, here we go. A big female. Fleeing. Busy. Now why would she be fleeing? I'm about ready to sneeze. Just letting you know. I scratched my eye. My eye is really like, my left eye here is really like bothering me quite a bit. I mean, it's so annoying that it's like hard to focus. Not in the sense of like, you know, like where torture would be hard for you to focus, but just like, it's just so irritated that my attention is always on it. Like I have a hard time taking my mind off of it because it's just so bothersome. You know, it's literally like somebody's just scratching my eye constantly. There's no way to like alleviate the, you know, the feeling. I tried putting eye drops, everything. I don't have anything, you know, that would like, you know, I guess numb it or whatever they use for, you know, kind of avoiding that kind of irritation. And I'm definitely not very interested in going out right now to go get something because I'm just tired of putting on a mask and going into the store. I mean, I'm just kind of over it now. And, you know, I think it's ridiculous that we have our country closed. We should not have our country closed. I mean, everything should be open. Everybody should be doing what they normally do. You know, if people want to stay home, that's fine. You know, at least the older people and those who have, you know, pre-existing health conditions. I'm sure most people are not aware that around 80,000 people died between 2017 and 2018 of the flu. 80,000. Think about that. 80,000. Now, did we close down the country in 2018 because of the flu? Now, it is true that I guess the number of deaths is around 150, you know, 150,000, which is obviously unfortunate, you know. Nobody wants, well, most normal people don't want people to die. I could probably argue that the left doesn't care if some people die, but that's another story. But you have to understand that this is a new strain of this COVID, so coronavirus. So you are going to have some people who are going to deal with it a little differently than others. But once the strain goes through the entire population, then those numbers drop drastically. So closing the country isn't going to stop people from dying, right? Because you're not exposing them to the virus. So do you understand that, how that works? So just imagine if there was a group of people that somehow, some way was isolated, right? I don't hear people talking about this, but you know, I mean, some people are talking about it, but in different ways. But I'm going to bring it out this way. In the past, we had the, the Black Plague, Spanish flu, you know, and these other kind of smallpox, you know, chickenpox. Um, although they might be different things. But the point I'm making is this. Imagine if you took like 1,000 people and you somehow kept them perfectly isolated, them and their families isolated since the whatever, say 1600s. Okay, you kept them totally isolated. That family has never been exposed to the outside elements. You know, somehow, some way. Okay, and then all of a sudden, you let them out of their little, box. Today, the chances are that all 1,000 of those people would get seriously, deathly ill. And in some cases, most of them die. Or most likely, most of them die. Unless, of course, you know, the thing can be treated with antibiotics or whatever. But let's just say you didn't treat them at all. Right? Because that's what they're saying about the coronavirus. There's going to be people that get sick and die in that group. Right? And then some are, you know, some might live. But of course, I'm using some extreme, you know, situations here, you know. But if these people were occasionally exposed to the virus, as their family reproduced over the years, you know, they would have immunities. So, and, you know, many, many less people would be dying. Come on. Should be freaking dying. There we go. Can't believe I'm gonna be dead from Utah. I'm dead. One hit and I'm dead. Phew. Unbelievable. So keeping people cooped up inside, number one, is not going to help anybody. Because you can't spread out, right? If one person, like let's say one person gets it, and then they come home and they give it to their entire family. Or you stick them all in a nursing home, and they infect other people. You see? So, hey, miracle worker, having people separated is the best medicine. I mean, we've known this for many, many years. Okay? That keeping people cooped up together doesn't help the situation in either direction. Exposing and then preventing exposure. There's negatives for both. That seemed to be in the past, nobody argued outweighed the number of people that would potentially be lost. Captions? I think well, they've been changing the captions thing for a long time now. Um, so, it doesn't surprise me that they kind of, you know, would be doing that. I mean, I don't know how these companies. Oh, good grief! Oh, he's coming on here. You want to get bold, huh? So, I don't know how these. Well, I know it's dumb. I'm not saying I agree with it, but you, you, these companies that offer these like free services, Twitter and YouTube and all that stuff. They have to make revenue, and right now they're losing lots of revenue because, well, because they're ignoring conservatives. I mean, I know that people are gonna say stuff because I'm saying this, but I would bet that more conservatives pay for services than do leftist hacks. you know, Leftist radicals who complain about the system constantly. Um, so there's a reason why more predominantly, although it is in the center and in somewhat on the Democrat side too, but probably mostly on the conservative side, where the get woke, go broke motto is actually a thing. Now, obviously, get woke, go broke, it's not necessarily gonna break a company, but which is why people interpret it that way is just dumb. People are so goofy today. It's like you have expressions, right, that might sound like a definite thing, but we know what the meaning is. It's like you know the thing that broke the camel's back. Like how easy it is to break a camel's back. I mean, I would bet that it's extremely difficult. So they're just talking about the pressure, right? You're putting a lot of stuff on the camel, and then the camel just sits down. But you're not going to break his back. So it's just expressions. So these companies just can't go on and on and on without revenue, right? So they have to produce revenue somehow. And they've been, for some reason, I don't know why. I mean, I know that Twitter is leftist, YouTube is run by a bunch of leftists, and the media is definitely mostly run by leftists. So they don't have a choice but to lose money, because they're not gonna like deviate from their paradigm of thinking. But they still have to make money to continue to go, to continue to function. And, they've been ostracizing and canceling and silencing conservatives now for the past several years. Okay, this silencing of conservatives has not been something that's recent. It's one of the reasons why I left the Democrat Party, because I was being targeted as a Democrat. So I said enough is enough, you know. So I am an American. I believe in freedom. I believe in our Constitution. And you're not going to get me to believe in anything else. I believe in the principles of the Constitution. Um, so, whatever. So, so when companies yield to these like pressure groups, that the media constantly lifts up, you know, to divide America, to spread hate, to even encourage violence against conservatives and other free thinkers, you're going to have a backlash. So now YouTube has to charge people. I'm sure it's going to get to a point where Twitter is going to probably ask for a fee, even if it's $1 a month or something. I mean, they have to bring in revenue. So, Parlay is going to be taking a lot of people from Twitter. So, yeah. So you cut off the hand that feeds you, then the food stops flowing. That's the way it works. So I'm surprised that they stayed afloat this long, to be honest with you. So that's why I'm not going to be watching sports anymore. Not going to be supporting certain companies anymore. I wish I could leave YouTube, but leftist monopolies are okay. Democrats were railing against like monopolies for years, and yet they produce them. So go figure. But all we got is YouTube, and I really don't like Twitch that much. I mean, it's okay, but I don't like streaming on it because they don't give you high quality video. At least I wasn't able to get high quality video. Maybe it was just my connection here or something. I don't know. Every time I streamed, even in 720, it looks so crappy. So, So yeah, YouTube's probably going to ask us to pay for much more. What's up, Paper Clown? So anyway, I don't really want to get lost in politics here. I just was responding to your message there, Miracle. But to be honest, I mean, this might sound dumb. I mean, you might be surprised I'm saying this, but in a small... Uh-oh, somebody's sneaking up on me. I heard that YouTube takes like 30%. Like, if you guys like, I don't know if I have it on my page. Let me see. Where is it? I don't know how to do it. Let me see. So dumb. All right. Yeah. Yeah, like for some reason, like I don't have a join tab on my page. Now it might be because I didn't enable it, or maybe I just don't have enough views where they think it's worth it. Or I don't know, I don't remember. I thought I was doing something in my settings to make a join button or something, but I think I was supposed to like offer some kind of rewards. And it's like, I have no idea how to do that. So, and I certainly can't afford to give anybody anything right now because I don't generate any revenue on my channel. So it's like, and Rockstar Masterpiece. What are you talking about, Paper? Oh, I didn't hear. I didn't hear about the Xbox thing. Um, requiring people to install that when purchasing the Ant demo on Steam. And then I don't know what you're referring to when you're saying something about I was stubborn about boycotting the Rockstar masterpiece. I don't know what you're referring to there. I haven't got a clue. Oh, the Ant demo? It had no content and it was 30 bucks? Well, I don't know, man. Maybe that's their version of early access. I said I'm busy. What? I'm streaming right now. You can watch me out there on the computer. Thank you. So, my kids are trying to get in the room. I mean, they're out there with their mother, but I locked the door for a reason. Yeah, I didn't have a problem with games for Windows or whatever. I mean, I I had really no issue with that at all. I mean, I don't know. I mean, people already joined like Xbox Live anyway for years. So, I really don't know what the deal was with it. Oh, good Lord, Paperman. You know, we don't give a hard time to indie developers who just put out crap games, do we? But you're going to say yes, we do. That's called the comment section and the reviews. So yes, we do. I mean, come on. I get out of here with that, man. I mean, we as consumers are the voice. So when we don't like something, we express it. That's what called freedom to express your opinion is all about. You know, the thing that the left wants to take away. So that's it. That's what I've always thought and what conservatives always thought. I complained about Epic Games. Another launcher that I have to put on my computer. But, you know, what? There's nothing wrong with that though, right? Oh my God, don't talk about Epic. The Chinese-owned company. Or I should say Chinese-controlled company. Just like part of Hollywood. That's why you know, we as gamers need to have a voice. Right? So there you go. Now I have a problem like for instance with Epic Games. This is what I have a problem since you brought it up. Epic Games doesn't give you even the option to review the game. If there is, tell me how to find it. Because all I see at the bottom of all the games that I got for free, oh, this is what Kotaku said, or whatever that is, or what Polygon said, or you know what you know Grandma Gaming said, or what Woke Gaming said. You know, it's like I don't care about what reviewers like. What you know. Good grief, this thunderstorm. Always when I got something important to say. Oops, I got the wrong gun. But it's okay to have no review system on Epic. And I have Epic. I've gotten all the free games. for the past year, year and a half or whatever. And most of them are crap as far as I'm concerned. Just indie garbage. Not saying that you can't like it, but that's my opinion. They gave away some games that were okay. But, you know, nothing really mind-boggling great, you know? Yeah, well, I don't know why did people even try it if it was just a demo? I mean, since when do we pay for demos? I mean, they shouldn't even have even downloaded the game. Immediately, you should have said, demos are free. But there's no reason, no difference than early access on Steam. I mean, a lot of those games, you know, I don't think are worth paying money for. But again, you know, you have to give people choice. If people want to support a developer, then, and they want to spend their money on it, then I guess that's their prerogative, you know? You can't, like, you know, cater to just one you know, a one-track mind, I guess, if that's what you want to say. I mean, that's probably not really the accurate term, but, you know, in the gaming community where you're, like, in a store to make purchases with your money, you know, you choose what you want to spend your money on. You know, the government shouldn't come in and tell you what to buy or not to buy, or what is good and not good. You know, that's for you to decide. You know, like I think a lot of those free Epic games are crap. You know, now maybe they're good if you have a cheap laptop and you're on the road a lot and you just want to play something. Fine, okay. In that case, maybe I would be more interested, possibly. You know, because I'm not going to close my mind to that possibility. But that's gamers' fault. They should have, like, immediately backlashed from that. Oh, grooming young people. Please don't use that term. Use a different term. First of all, parents are not supposed to allow their kids to make purchases. So how is that grooming young people? That's called bad parenting. And again, I would appreciate you not using grooming young people, because that's what all those people in England did, who you can't say what nationality they are, otherwise you'll be deemed a racist. That's what Epstein was doing for many, many years. And then I've been hearing about the pedo ring going through eBay and some sections of the Amazon market and, you know, the other, whatever the other selling thing is, selling children online disguised as furniture. Which, you know, some may call conspiracy theory, but it makes perfect sense to me. Because if you want to bypass the system, you have to do it somehow. So you have to do it covertly. You're not going to put some, like, oh, you know, 13-year-old girl, blonde hair, blue eyes, 5'6", you know, purchase with or without clothes to your liking, scarred up or, you know, perfect, $15,000. No, I know you weren't going down that route, Paper. I'm not saying you were. I just, that term. You know, it should be applied to where the most serious things, you know. You can say entice, like I don't mind the word entice, because, you know, even adults can be enticed, right? By offering free health care, free housing, free college. Oh, wait, I better stop. I might hurt somebody's feelings. I promised to let everyone out of prison. I couldn't believe that I read that earlier this week. Biden is promising to let people out of prison. People that he put in prison with his bill. I mean, you cannot make this stuff up. Trump has already done that and people are happy. Nobody's complaining. There's been many people let out and many sentences drastically dropped. I mean, you can I think you can go online and look at the list of people. You know, you can't just say everybody who was thrown in prison for such and such a reason did not deserve to be there. Because there were people that were also thrown in prison that pertained to drugs who were also doing other crimes. So, you know, you don't go by necessarily their last offense. If they were a career criminal and the last one happened to be a drug charge, that doesn't mean, oh, see, they were thrown in jail for drugs. No, sorry. I was caught with drugs when I was a kid. Well, whatever. A new adult. I was 18, I think. 17 or 18. And guess what? I got punished for it. I also got caught up in that New Jersey law where if you were caught with or in your car with any kind of an object that could be deemed and used as a weapon, you were considered a felon. Guess what? This white boy got caught up in that too. You know what they said I had? I had a straight edge razor in my car. You know, the thing that you shave with? And I was arrested for having that in my car. Because it was considered something that could be used potentially as a deadly weapon. Yep, I got 5 years probation for that. I wasn't using it. I didn't even have it on my body. It was just in my car. Now, they did retract that law a couple years later, thank God, because that was just ridiculous. You know, really ridiculous. Well, the forest is a type of game where, you know, you just kind of have to, I think, I'm going way out of here, aren't I? Wow. Or am I just walking in circles? Well, the forest is the type of game that I think... Well, I would approach it one of two ways. Like, if I just wanted something to do, if I was bored, come home, just want to relax and chill out and just kind of, you know, get in a game where you just do more simpler things, exploring, building, you know, with not too much complexity. That's a good game for that. Or you have to be like a hardcore completionist and then just don't waste too much time on, you know, building and just looking around. You have to kind of go get right into the nitty-gritty. Like, make everything, you know, gather everything, build your base, make all the weapons you got to make. Once you've maxed out the highest weapon you can make outside, then you have to immediately go into the caves and start exploring. And just kind of hurry up and follow the story. And then be done with the game and never play it again. I mean, that's kind of how I see it. You know? Well, you know, I was against early access a long time ago. I mean, I was against demos um, stopping a long time ago. I mean, you remember File Planet? I don't know if you ever used that before. Man, that used to be my go-to place before it got bought out by you know who. That used to be my favorite place to go to get demos, you know, and even mods. There was a ton of mods on there too. Um, no, I wouldn't buy into Stadia. I don't want a streaming service only. I would rather have my games locally, um, so that you can play, you know, at least some of them on offline. You know, that's why, you know, Steam did it right. You know, they allow you to play some of those games offline that aren't, you know, connection only required. You know. Um, well, actually, I have Microsoft. I got the dollar special like a few months ago, and I think I only pay like $4.99 a month now, or something like that. It's like a special long term or something. I don't know. But you know, they have all their own games on there for the most part, which is kind of good. So you know, if you didn't play any of them, which I didn't, you know, I get to play Gears of War if I want or whatever. Of course, I haven't had time to do any of that because I'm stuck on. What is going on with the rain today? My gosh. I'm never going to get any dinosaurs. But I did get to play the Outer Worlds, so I didn't have to pay. I didn't have to pay $50 for it, you know. Let me turn this down just a little. I can probably talk louder. I'm talking too loud. Now Stadia's been sending me emails to try their service, you know. And I don't really think there's a market. I personally don't think there's a market for Stadia. I mean, GeForce Now, I mean, I know you must have heard of GeForce Now, which came out before Stadia, because they had their little what was it called, the NVIDIA Shield. So they kind of had their little streaming thing or game thing with the little NVIDIA Shield. So they already kind of had, you know, their foot in the market. Like people already heard of NVIDIA Shields and they already heard of GeForce Now. So the only reason GeForce Now didn't take off is because of and it always comes down to this, doesn't it? The critics. The critics. Whenever a good idea is done, you have the leftist anti-business critics that come out and say, oh, this and oh, that and ooh, ah, and a. You know, it's like, oh, NVIDIA is such a big company. You know, they got such a hold on the video market. Blah, blah, blah. Because they make good products. How dare they make good products and sell them at prices that match their quality? You know, and then so therefore they're going to bash anything that NVIDIA does. And that's what we have today in the world. Haters, naysayers, and critics. But hey, they'll uphold the crap. Epic Games. Woo! The angel of gaming. So they're giving out free games every 2 weeks or every week. Oh, so beautiful, Epic. Lovely Epic. Let's worship Epic. Like, really? Well, you know what? I kept my Epic account and downloaded and have all the games in my library. I'm gonna do a video on that soon. And most of them, to me, are not even worth giving a second thought to. And the only reason they did that, sneaky. And the only reason they did that, and this isn't the primary reason, only reason, okay? So don't say that. But it's because they were getting taxed. But they were going to get taxed like crazy by Europe. I know you must have heard about that. They made like, I don't know, they had like $1 billion in profit or 2 billion or some ridiculous number from, I think, Fortnite and whatever else they were doing. And so Europe was going, ooh, yes, socialism needs to be paid. So we could use some of that tax money you got there. So in order for them to write off all that chump change they've been accumulating, they figured, well, let's advance our platform by just giving free stuff away, which in theory is fine. I don't have a problem with companies giving stuff away, but it wasn't from the goodness of Epic's heart that they did it. They're a business just like any other business, and they want to maximize their profits. So there's that. But you know, you'll never hear that in the mainstream media. Epic's the saint of the industry. Yeah, I think the Shield was a little expensive at first. I mean, and it probably could have been a little bit better. And you know, I read the you know, I think some of that was legitimate. I mean, but of course it was new, so they had, you know, the fanatical people in gaming are the ones who buy all the first products that come out, you know, so they're basically your testers, you know, so I don't think we should complain about that, you know. But now things are much cheaper, right? Because, you know, computer parts are like, whoa, from 10 years ago? My God. You get so much more bang for your buck now, you know, as compared to just 10 years ago. So, you know, NVIDIA can you know, pack a lot more into their product and not really, you know, go up on the price. You know, they can even go down in the price, you know, rather than up in the price. You know, that's just the way it works, you know, that's how things work in the real world, you know, at least in this universe. Right. Yeah. I remember the mini PC craze. I remember that. I mean, the people still buy them, but there was kind of a little time period there where, you know, that's all you seen was those thin, you know, PCs for sale. So the Shield was definitely a more convenient alternative, I guess. You know, of course it had its restrictions, but whatever. Take the good with the bad. Where is it? It's gonna die. Come on, drop. Ah, come on. He's got to die. He's gonna bleed out. Watch, he'll come over here and then drop right in front of me. Ooh. Does it? Oh, there you go. There he is. Or she. Let's see here. Time for some target practice. Hey, what happened? Right there. Hello. There you go, I got her attention. It's a he though, not a she. It be a he. Yeah, I'm sorry, I wasn't really expecting to be so talkative today. And I don't really like being this vocal, you know, but things are just so ridiculously stupid nowadays. Like somehow freedom equals government control. Freedom equals government oppression. That's I'll never buy into that. Oh! I thought he was gonna bite me. He should be dying. Come on, bleed. Guess he doesn't see my little body on this rock. Ah. Little old me. Come on. Here we go, ready? That got him. Come on, I'm running out of arrows. There you go, there's blood. Okay, time to go. Probably one more good shot to the chest. We'll do it. Or two. There you go. Oh, I didn't see that question, Paper. I don't know if you're still on here or not. It's not. Oh, I'm not on the. What do you call it? Let's see here. Outer Worlds. Well, it was okay. I mean, I enjoyed it. I mean, it wasn't as open as I would have liked it to have been. You basically just traveled from like one map to another map. And I didn't necessarily always care for the cartoony graphics outside. Which it seems like game. Ah, crap! Look at this. This one I take my gun out. Frick. Where is it? Got him. Nice. Killed 2 with the axe. Beautiful. Better get my gun back in there. There we go. Now I feel a little safer. Yeah, I was thinking about doing Fallout 4 sometime after I finish Skyrim or whatever. I mean, I will never finish Skyrim. I can tell you that right now. I won't play that endlessly. But there will be a time where I'll be like, okay, enough of this game. I mean, at least that's kind of, even though it has a lot of load screens, which I hate, once you're out in the open world, you can kind of like, you know, pretty much run around anywhere. That's how I kind of wish the Outer Worlds was, but obviously it's a space game, so I understand. You have to travel from place to place. There's another T-Rex over here. Oop, well, he's coming over here now. Crapola. Or crapili, as I would say. Well, I mean, it's definitely like a RPG adventure. It's not I mean, I don't know what you mean by space games. I mean, you're not really traveling in outer space or anything. You're mostly on, you know, on planets, moons, and bases, or whatever you want to say. So it's not, you know, too bad. Like I said, the game itself was okay. I mean, it wasn't revolutionary, you know, as hype. It was, you know, it was a good game, but it was overhyped. I mean, people were like going, "Oh my God, this is like bah 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 bah." It's like, well, okay, it was enjoyable. I mean, but it wasn't revolutionary. And your choices did matter in the game, so that was kind of nice to see in a game again. You know, I can't say the choices were like, you know, that deep in the tree, but definitely if you made a choice, it would definitely change other choices, so that was really nice. So, I played it, finished it, and I have no desire to play it a second time to go through all the other choices, so that tells you something right there. You know, I don't care about achievements, so I don't just keep playing a game over and over again just to get all 100% achievements. It's like, I, I'm not saying people can't do that, but I don't see the logic in that. Like, it doesn't make me feel like more of a person because I've got all the achievements in a game. You know, it's like, it's just a game. It doesn't bring any real value to the real life, in my opinion. Like, so, again, and I'm not down saying you know, people can't have that choice. That's fine if that's what people love to do. Then whatever makes you happy. Hey, Brothers of Destruction, what's up, man? Yeah, I was thinking about buying Death Stranding, but uh, I'm definitely holding off on it. I mean, I have no doubt in my mind that I will love the graphics in the game, probably. I mean, from what I've seen, it looks pretty good, you know, as far as graphics go. And people said the storyline is decent, you know, it's got a storyline. I mean, I love exploration. I mean, so that's not really going to deter me from it, but there's just something about it that doesn't grab my interest enough where I was willing to buy it over Horizon Zero Dawn. Okay, now I can't tell you what made me buy Horizon Zero Dawn either, but especially since I heard it has bosses, which I hate in games because I usually can't beat them, you know, or at least one of them I can't beat and I get stuck and can't finish the game. So we'll see which is better, you know. Um, but you know what I mean? Everybody has their own kind of like, you know, interest. So I want Death Stranding. Like I still do want it, but I just didn't. $60. I was just like, oh no, sorry. I'm not gonna put out $60 for it. It doesn't interest me that much. But I think I got Horizon Zero Dawn for like $29.99 or something. Yeah, like another game that I could tell you that I really enjoyed, which probably would surprise you, is Mirror's Edge. In fact, that's the only game that I finished on my PlayStation 3. I think, as far as I can recall. I might have played another game on it, but anyway, that's the so. And that was definitely not a game that I thought that I was going to really enjoy that much. And I did have trouble with it on the controller because I remember, well, not remember, but it was really the first time I really played consoles. You know, I had an Xbox, and I think I played Doom on that, and then I had a GameCube, and then I think I played that Rainbow Six game that they had on there, Lockdown or not Lockdown. I don't know, whatever that Rainbow Six game they had on there that was co-op. Me and my son finished that, and then me and my son finished Doom on the Xbox. So I was never really a big console dude, you know. Hey, Spooky, what's happening, man? Good to see you. So there was just something about the Horizon Zero Dawn that just kind of caught my eye. And it wasn't the fact that it was a female heroine or whatever. Because I don't really believe in marketing games based on race or sexual orientation. I'll be straight up about that. I don't think that's not something that I care about. I care about whether a game is good and whether the story keeps your interest. Not forcing narratives on you. You know, and I don't have hate for anyone. Nobody. Zero. Zero hate. Jesus tells me in the Bible I gotta love my enemy even as myself. So, you know, I've never been a person that was like hateful towards people anyway. I mean, that was just my nature. Now, I might state my opinion, you know, and people might not like that, but opinion doesn't equal hate. You know, so I don't know why, like, that's people even bring that up today. It's like so ridiculous. I don't believe in groupthink. I never did, even as a Democrat. Never did. I've always believed I was an individual, that my voice matters just as much as the next person. Now, arguments might be different, and some arguments might be good and bad. I believe that. I don't believe that every argument is equally the same as far as like checks and balancing. Like, you can believe this and that would make it right. You can believe that and that can make it right. No, sorry, I don't believe that. There is a definite right and a definite wrong, and it's not based on necessarily opinion, you know. Hey, Dark Dragon, what's up? I don't know. I gotta look for this Rex that was over here before. Plink. Now, where did it go? It was over here somewhere, so maybe there's some tracks. Why it went away, I don't know. How do you get it to go orange game cooker? I see people do that in streams, and I'm like going, I feel really dumb because I don't even know how to do that. Like when I'm on live streams and I want to like respond to somebody's specific comment, I'm like, somebody just like puts the name up there and then says their comment. Me, I have to type it in, at so-and-so, and half the time, you know, most people's names are like goobly gobbly goop, you know, and you're like going, how do you spell that? It's like AONZ12579 underscore, you know, backslash goobly gop gay, you know. It's like I don't even feel like replying to anybody because it takes too long to write the name. Because when you hit reply, like you can't just click on the name and then it go reply. So I don't know, unless there's a way to do that. I don't know. I don't know it. Oh, you want me to stream that game? You'll have a lot to laugh about, I'm sure. I'm always weary about streaming certain games because I'm just not, like, since I didn't grow up on the console games, which, like, that game is pretty much based on, you know, obviously because it was built for console. I just find that games that were made for console first are hard for me to play on PC. Like, take Mirror's Edge, for instance. The first one. You know, I played that on my PS3 and I was using a controller. Oh, 2 Rex, look at this. Ooh, 2 Rex. Haha. I better hurry up, they're coming after me. What should I use? Should I use 50 caliber? Should I use my Christmas tree light? Where is it? Do I have any bolts? I do. Yay. The turtle gun. Oh my god, they're going to catch up to me before I even get up to the hill. Oh, really? Are you kidding me? It's that simple? Wow. I had no idea, man. I don't know, it never seems to do that to me. I don't know. I didn't notice it if it was doing that. Every time like something pops up on YouTube like automatically and I hit enter, it goes away. I guess what am I supposed to do? Hit shift or something? Hey Hagadu. Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Yeah, I'm gonna try to plink them both so I gotta be careful this guy doesn't like it. Where's this one? Ah, look at that. The wind took it. They're making this. They came up on the wrong side. It's gonna be too easy. I just need to injure them so they stick around. Oh, right in the back. I don't like that one. Shall I put up a primal too? See how they react? I'll probably get killed. Let's see, do I have a gland? Let's see if I have a gland. Let's see, gland. Better watch out, this guy's gonna come up here. Let's see. Do I have a gland? Yes, I do. Let's see, gland it is. Can I do one? What just happened? This is not working for me. There we go. Move. 4. Okay, so I put that there. Then I put that there. Alright, here we go. Squishy, squashy, squishy, squashy, squishy, squashy, squish. Let's see if they run away. Competition, right? Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. But I should have dropped it down there. Because now they're not going to come up here probably. Oh, come on. Let me bring them up. Hello. There, pretty mama. Yeah, let me piss her off. Oh, she's already pissed off. She gets pissed off immediately. Gotta be careful because Big Mama will come. She'll come on the slope. Hello. Watch out, because she'll snatch me right up. She will snatch me right up. What? Watch me on the computer out there. Watch me on the computer out there. This one's still down there. Boy, I'm afraid if I fall down, I'm screwed. Oh, hello. You look so pretty. Oh! Can't move. Wow, that was a surprise. My goodness. That was a good one. When you have three, man, your attention is definitely taken off. I wonder if I'm good here. That's what you got to be careful about when you got three of them. I think I'm okay right here. Maybe. I guess we'll find out, won't we? If she falls... Oh, no. Don't come down here. Please. Yeah, this dumb thing. So inaccurate. Oh! That's a nice tongue you got there. I guess it's time to take him out. One down. Oh crap, I'm falling down now. Oh my god. As soon as I get up and run, they're both coming after me. And I am screwed. Screwed. There might be more coming, you never know. Everybody's welcome to the party. Including my 700 here. This is not good. Oh my god. Yikes. Down. It would be nice if it stayed there. That would give me a little bit of a fence. She's stuck. I hate when she gets stuck. It's no fun when you get stuck. Come on. There she goes. Yes, go up there. That's good. The farther, the better. Oh! Oh, no. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my. Oh no. Come on, die. How many heart shots do you need? You stay down there. That's a good spot. Hope she doesn't come up here, because I am definitely finished. Let me try the long range. So I have to hurry up around before she gets over here. Gots to hurry up. She's probably gonna want to come up here now if I shoot her. I wonder how many brain shots she can have. You would think 2 would be enough, but I'm sure I missed a brain. It'd be nice to just see how many times you have to hit her in the head before she dies. She's shaking her head. It's funny. Let's see it ooze. Brain ooze. I haven't really studied much about the exact location of the brain. So I'm kind of like, you know, still guessing. If I can get her vertebrae, that might do something. Like that. That got her attention. Okay, she's hurt now. She's whining. Don't come up here. That would not be a good thing. Brain shot. Oh. What do you think? Pretty? Wonder if I can get them all in my scope. Let's see. Probably got to get on just the right angle. Let's see. Come on. See if I can. Probably got to get up over here somewhere. Maybe. Nope. How about up here? Nope, I don't have a clear view. What a weird hill, huh? A very weird hill. Yeah, it doesn't look like I'm going to get all three. Where's the other one? In the back. Yeah, trees in the way. Oh well. Good enough, I guess. So what do I have? 4? 4 wrecks. In how long? 1.5 hours. Yeah, I did a lot of walking over there, didn't I? Sorry about that. Walking and a talking. Alright, what do we got here? Pretty much a butcher job. 41 though, that's not too bad. That's a lot lower than I normally kill them. What do we got here? We got 4 times brain. 10 times heart. Like, okay. That's a pretty big heart and a pretty big brain. But at least, hey, at least you could say I was on target 10 of those, or 14 times on target with those 41 shots. I mean, I don't know if that's good, but, you know, it is what it is. What should I do this? Oh, I should have used the 50 caliber. Alright, let's see here. I don't know if I can get a good, solid screenshot here. How's that? Peekaboo! And 9 shots on this one. There you go, that's what killed him, right here. One neck bone, one neck bone. Yeah, that thing's fatal when you shoot him right there. Fatal, this one I got butchered up, I think. 6, not bad, 6 shots. And there you go, spine, heart and spine. Not great, but not terrible, in my opinion. Especially since I almost got eaten. That was really close, man. Whew. And that's the reason why I like those scenarios when you're like trying to tackle 3 wrecks at once, because you might say, well, you know, you're just hiding in the bunker, or, you know, you're just whatever on the hill, or you're not out in the open shooting them all. Well, you know, I guess that would be more exciting, but you're going to increase your chances by a whole lot more of dying if you do it that way. I mean, yeah, you could use the 700 all the time and just kill everything in, you know, a few shots, but that's no fun either, you know? But when you have 3 running around at once, it's like, you know, for just a second you're taking your eyes off and putting it on another, and then, you know, before you know it, they're like right up on you. So I always do like those scenarios. And putting the primal there, you know, adds obviously that that enormous amount of tension, because as you all know, watching this game enough, those primals can really just go a lot of different places that the normal ones can't, because they frenzy a lot. So I'm really surprised she didn't try coming down that hill a lot more. So that was something I just learned. I didn't really think I was safe, you know. I didn't go there as a guaranteed living. It was just the best place to be where you can see, you know, without hiding behind a wall, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Because that would have been really, you know, much more boring. At least for me. Beautiful sunset. Kind of fits right now. The sun's going down here. What happened? A dead trike, huh? I guess that one died that I shot earlier. So I don't know. I've been on for like an hour and a half, so I don't know. If another Rex comes up here, I'll walk around a little bit and see if there's anything over here. I'll just see if there's another Rex around close by. And then I'll probably hop off, because it is getting close to dark, and I usually suspend my gaming, you know, Friday night and Saturday. Yeah, I do have to eat some more. Oh, here's a Utah. Here's a quiet Utah. But here's a quiet hunter, too. I see you. But you didn't see me. Oh, they gotta have something over here. Come on. All this noise. And there's nothing. Somebody has to come over to investigate. So nobody wants to get on, huh? That's a shame. I was hoping to see some people. There's gotta be something out here, come on. There's no way all is quiet on the home front. I mean, I was like beyond that, I was on that other mountain earlier, so they could have kind of came up here and then walked up that way. That is quite possible. Lots of Utah tracks. So I'm sure that I'm going to get some more sneaky buggers coming up on me. I want to see some Rex tracks though. So all that talking did get my mind off my eye, but now it's coming back. So I was listening to somebody online earlier. What did I ask? I just asked about how to put the name up on, that's all. Like if you wanted to reply to somebody and put their name in the yellow brackets. But that was already answered by you or somebody. Oh, Spooky. Yeah. Thanks, Spooky. Have you played the new update on Generation Zero? No, I have not, Spooky, if you're still here. Sorry I didn't see that. I was caught up in the Primal fight there. Yeah, I'm gonna get back to Generation Z eventually. Like, I might do that like one day a week, because my son has been really asking me like, when are we gonna play again? When are we gonna play again? So I'll probably make time for that at least one day a week, if not two, if not more. But, oh, there you go. What did I tell you? Oh, reload. I hate this thing when it doesn't reload. Just puts one bullet in. I don't know why sometimes I have trouble. Every so often I just have trouble aiming. But that's what makes this game a little more nerve-wracking than other games. I think that's people who say they don't like they like this game. I imagine it's because of the, you know, the limited movement you have and the way the weapons, you know, like the handling of the weapons. Personally, I think that that's the best part of the game. Like, next to obviously having dinosaurs, is the handling of the gun. Like, because it's not like a regular first-person shooter where it's just everything is so like quick and easy, you know, and you can just kind of whip around all over the place, and you know, whoever can whip around the quickest is the one that slays the most. Really, I mean, obviously not totally, but you know what I'm saying. Whereas in this game, you know, if you just fumble a little bit, you're like screwing up your shot big time. And then even trying to recover to get back on aim, you know, it can be a little, you know, awkward, you know. So this is the kind of handling that I would like to see in competitive gaming. Because then you would see, you know, who the real, you know, gamers are, shooters, you know. What do we got here? But that's my opinion. You know, because like I said, I stopped playing first-person shooters for the simple fact of campers. Seriously, guys are on me today, aren't they? This is Utah Day. What's today's date? 7/31. So July 31st. That's my National Utah Day. For me. 73120. How many Utah did I kill today? 15. That's not my maximum. But for being out in the open, that's probably quite a few that I've killed in a while. If I go to Utah Valley, I'll get that many quick. Yeah, but every time I used to get on the first-person games, and even like I think last year I tried to hop on one or two, and it's like, you know, I don't know how people enjoy it. Like, to me, it's like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I guess if you're the one that's killing everybody all the time, it's okay for you. But a lot of times as soon as I get on, like 5 seconds later, I'm dead. And then I have to respawn or wait for the match to get over. And it's like, oh God, like my goodness, what a dread, you know? Like in the old games, you used to have snipers. You know, it's like, that's the one thing I think they should take out of all those shooters. Never have a sniper rifle or anything with a scope. You know, just have down the barrel only, you know? I understand that wouldn't be a real military shooter then, would it? But, you know, it's like, what's the fairest game that you can make? That's what you really should be, your goal should be, not necessarily realism when it comes to competitive games. To me, competitive games should all be about giving everyone, you know, at least a equal playing field to a certain extent. I mean, obviously, the developers can't help your internet speed, they can't help your processor power, you know, and those things, distance from, you know, the servers and all that stuff. But, you know, when it comes to like the gameplay itself, you know, it should be balanced. If that's not even a right term really, but the mechanics should be so that everyone has like a pretty good chance of killing somebody, you know. And you know, the hardcores might say, well, then you're making a handicap. Well, for who? You know, the handicap's for you, not for the person who wants to play and enjoy the game, you know? So, because if it was the other way, then most people wouldn't play and have an enjoyable time like me. I just cannot have an enjoyable game in a first-person shooter, you know, because I don't, like I said, you can say I suck or whatever, but I don't have, it's just getting on, dying, and every 5 seconds is not something that really appeals to me, and I don't know why it appeals to other people. I just cannot relate to that, you know? Like, even Unreal Tournament, to an extent, kind of did it right back in the day when you had, you know, Catch the Flag and stuff like that. Although, you know, I guess that's where they kind of got all of it from. The kind of fast-paced kind of first-person experience. But like some of the mods that were in the Unreal Tournament game were pretty nice because at least you had some kind of a chance to not get killed like immediately, unless of course a sniper, you know, was just sitting on top of a mountain or a wall or something and just was picking everybody off as they came through. That wasn't enjoyable, but take out the sniper rifles, put in the, you know, more shorter range guns so that you're forced to kind of engage, so to speak. That was cool. Again, that's just my opinion. Everybody can like what they want. But I just think that they should make a competitive game like where it is kind of difficult for people to manage the handling of the guns or whatever, where you have to practice to, you know how to maneuver and sidestep fast and back up quick and get up and down, you know, where this is kind of like feels really clunky, right? But that's what makes it actually interesting to me. It was annoying at first a little bit, but I practiced, you know, I spent like literally time practicing the movements. I mean, you guys have already heard me say that. Like exercising, you know? I'm doing my push-ups. I'm doing my ups and downs, see? Up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. You know, you just practice everything, moving side to side, you know, this way, that way, you know, backwards, strafing on an angle, you know, you just kind of get your fingers, what do they call that? Muscle memory? You know, you just get that muscle memory going. So it's just second nature. I don't know. I guess there's nothing happened over here. I don't even see any Rex tracks over here, which is quite surprising, actually. Usually you see something. Maybe over here. I'll check over here. I gotta watch that bird. Where is that bird? He's probably gonna come sneaking up on me too. But I do have to wrap this up soon. I have to eat before I go to bed. Here, Rexy, Rexy, Rexy. Come on. You can do it. Come on over here. So I saw this girl online yesterday. She's I forget the name, I apologize. But, well, from what I understood, she's a girl. But, I mean, obviously, the whole gender thing confuses people. But anyway, that's besides the point. She was a girl that, like, transitioned into a, whatever, a male style. And, then I guess she changed her mind and wanted to transition back. Because I guess she was kind of confused about her whole whatever, sexuality. And, guys, can you get away from the door, please? Please get away from the door. I cannot hear. Ooh, hurricane? Yeah, that's not good. So anyway, she transitioned back to a girl, and she's a very pretty girl. I mean, very beautiful, actually, to me, in my opinion. I mean, not that that matters, but it was really strange seeing the, like, you know how, like, sometimes when you see, when, you know, when you look at somebody, you expect them to kind of sound a certain way. Like, I'm not saying that you should judge people on that, but it's just, you know, like, you don't expect a big beefy guy coming up to you to talk like this, you know, like, it's just obviously etched into our minds from the media that we grew up with watching, you know. But so this girl, you know, and I say this very loosely, unfortunately when she transitioned to a male, she changed her voice. I guess they operated on her, you know, whatever they do, you know, her voice box, whatever the little, you know, tendons are called or whatever. I forget the name of them. Anyway, so she sounded like she had a deeper voice. But when she transitioned back to a female or whatever she is now, which is not a man, at least that's what I'm understanding, she still has a deep voice, you know, and I'm not like judging her for that or hating on her or anything like that. You know, what she had to say was interesting. Everything she had to say. That's why I was watching her. It wasn't because she was, you know, whatever, transition or not transition. But it was just really strange to hear, you know, that. Like, I mean, because if you've seen her face, you would just think a very feminine voice would be coming out. And then she's just got this like deep voice, and it's like really just my brain is just like going, okay, stop thinking about the voice, you know, because it's like, because that's what you're just honing in on, right? Because that's your brain is expecting something totally different. So anyway, so I don't know why I brought that up, but it was just something odd to listen to. I mean, I've known gay people and whatever, you know, transsexual, but you know, it's so it's kind of like in a way, I'm fortunate that people at such a young age are being, and I know this is a hot topic, but it, I don't think that anyone who isn't an adult should make a choice to transition. Um, that's my opinion, because whether people want to admit it or not, it's one thing to say I'm gay and I prefer the opposite sex, right? I mean, that's simple. You know, you're not changing anything drastically except for your way of thinking or whatever, you know, because I don't believe you're born gay, but that's, again, that's my belief. I'm not saying that anything bad about gay people, okay? That's far from what I think in my head. Um, but when you're talking about transitioning, you're talking about doing something drastically different to your body. And in some cases, like in this girl's case, you can't go. She did go back, but she couldn't go back to the way she was. And I think that's why it's important that that we see these detransition videos, because um, it's something to think about. You can't just say, well, if a person feels the way they want, then let's just go gun-ho, you know? Let the train just fly down the mountain, you know? Um, so, anyway, that's all I got to say about that. They're letting children, I think, just do too much today. They're giving children too much. They're giving parents, even in some cases, too much. I mean, I believe in parents owning their kids and you not telling the parents what to do. But there is some moral issues that parents should not be messing with. You know, like of course, obviously, you know, allowing their kids to engage in pedophilia and stuff like that. You know, we I think we have universal concerns about things. You know, and to just kind of like let it kind of flow free, you know, in any direction without really deep thought and thinking about all the consequences and just saying, well, yeah, that could be the case, but you don't know that, you know, but you could say that about evolution, right? I mean, there's no proof that evolution actually happened. There's only conjecture. So, but everybody accepts that as a fact. It's never the arguments of real concern that people like to jump on board with. It's always my feelings. And that's what I have a bit of a problem with today. The people are taking the anything goes to a much higher level. Like when I said anything goes, it didn't include, you know, certain things, you know, like murder and, you know, whatever it is, pedophilia or stealing somebody's stuff, you know. When you heard anything goes, it pretty much was like, you know, you're free to do what you want to do in your little sphere, you know. But kids are not like developed. If they say that they feel a certain way, fine, you can hear that, you can accept that, but it doesn't mean that you have to write a blank check based on that, you know, to let the kid just go as far as possible, you know. There has to be some kind of like restraint, thought, self-examination, accountability, not just I feel, I feel, I feel. You have to look at the consequences of any action, even one as serious as transitioning, which again, if somebody wants to, mutilate their body to make them feel better, then so be it. So be it. I have no issues with that whatsoever. But when it comes to kids, I think there should be definite lines drawn. And I think we're just taking it a little too far. A little too far. Huh. Um, Sorry, guys. Yeah, maybe he wants me to give him some advice right away, but I don't have any advice. Yeah, my thing is just never let kids transition, period. Like, never. I mean, I understand that they might be having some clashes in their mind, but I mean, if they know that when they turn 18, they can do it, I don't see how that causes a massive amount of trauma. I mean, I, I don't buy that. Like, look in the mirror and like you think you're a man, but you see a woman, like, and that bothers you so much. Like, I mean, really? Come on. I mean, I never liked the way I looked when I grew up. Does that mean I was going to wear a bag over my head? I mean, seriously, I hated the way I looked. It bothered me. It stressed me, you know? And, some girls even, like, confirm that. Not saying that they were right or wrong. Maybe they were right. I don't know. But, I mean, everybody acts like they are the only ones that experience trauma or experience conflict within their own soul. You know what I'm saying? As if they're the only ones, you know, in the dark, or the only ones that have the spotlight on them. And I think that we need to stop getting people to think that way. There's certainly many ways to deal with issues. And to me, it just seems like they found out in England. You can research this for you if you want. I don't have the, places off the top of my head where, there was some evidence, if not proof, that some of these groups out there were kind of pushing kids into becoming transsexuals. Because the kids would express one little thing that really just tomboys or tomgirls traditionally always expressed. When I grew up, and I'm not an old guy, I grew up in the 70s and 80s and the 90s, modern. And they would kind of like say, oh, yeah, that's because what? Do you feel like a girl? Do you feel like a boy? And when you start like doing that to kids, it's like, that in itself is confusing. Because kids generally naturally grow up seeing a difference between a boy and a girl. Like, you don't even have to tell them that. Like, I have 3 kids, right? So, and I'm not going to go into too much detail here, but when they were little, you know, they my daughter would take a bath with the boys. Now this is really little, you know, and they would be like after a while, I noticed, and we had to separate them at this point, that like they were fascinated with each other's genitals. Like, why were they different? You know, like you have that, I have this, and you know, of course, at that point we were like, okay, I think they're getting a little too old to be taking a shower together. Not a bath, a shower. You know, we just throw them in there. They soap each other up, and then we rinse them off and get them out. Nothing, you know, really little, like I said. Um, they haven't done that in a long, long time. But yeah, so, but you don't start saying like if a kid wants to play with a doll, well, are you having feelings of, you know, feel like your sister, or do you feel like your mother in some ways? You know, it's like, why even bring it up? I mean, you don't bring that up. You just let them discover that for themselves, you know? And this is what could have been happening with some of these groups in England. And it's a shame. You know why? Because it makes... See, this is how I think. And people call me names and stuff because I bring up these issues. Because I want to... There has to be reason. And I say, you know what? Everything that's going on now is not helping things. It's dividing people. It's causing more hate. Because when you press issues down one lane only, you don't give any room for discussion. And it ends up making people think that transsexuals are weird. You know what I'm saying? Are crazy, are whatever, you know? And the Black Lives Matter with the riots and everything else, they haven't been all peaceful. They haven't been most peaceful protesters all the way. I mean, that's just a fact. But the way that they're selling this, right? I don't have a problem with discussing issues. Nobody does. I don't think anyone does. But the way that you're presenting it, you're actually not helping black people. You know, you're not helping them in the communities. You're not helping fix the problems. You're causing hate. And then you're creating hate. Meaning that these hidden white supremacists who are actually out there in very few numbers, right? I've been around long enough. You know, there isn't like the KKK running around all over the place anymore. That hasn't been like that for quite some time. You know, there might be some hidden groups here and there everywhere. I mean, they're all over the world. I've been to Asia. Trust me, there's prejudiced people there too. So prejudice is not like only in one spot in the world. But thankfully, right, after the civil rights movement, they were suppressed. Okay, they were gone or hidden in the shadows. And we like them there, right? We like white supremacy hidden in the shadows, you know? But now what you're doing is just kind of bringing them out, you know? And I'm not saying they're doing anything violent, but they're you know, you can see some on social media, you know? And they end up exacerbating the problem. Not that people like me are being accused of causing, but this anti-racism, which is actually racism in disguise, is only creating further division. And, you know, that's not helping anything. And I know that's what they want. I already studied enough to know that this is the approach. Divide and conquer. Divide and get in power. That's how you do it. You chop away at people until they comply. Where's that Rex? I thought he was going to follow me. Right. Exactly. And no matter what kind of society you have, you're not going to force people to love. You're not going to force people to like. Now, you might force people into silence. You might force people into um, staying in their house all the time because they're too scared to go out. Um, you know, force people not to express their opinions. Like, can anyone say the USSR? Can anyone say China? So this has nothing to do with the common people on the ground. It never does. It's got nothing to do with helping anyone. It's only there to get a certain group of people, a certain number of individuals who are pushing all this to gain power. That's what it always has been. That's what it is today. You can deny it if you want. You can blind yourself if you want. But actual history tells us this. It's how China became communist. It's how Russia became communist. It's how Vietnam became communist. You know, America did not cause Vietnam to become communist. Now, we might have went there trying to help the people who didn't want to become communists try to, you know, avoid the whole country becoming communist, but we failed there. You know, it worked in Korea, but it didn't work in Vietnam. And it didn't work in Cuba, I guess. So, in the end, people made their choice. And now they're suffering for it. You know, the old term, be careful what you ask for, fits perfectly here. You know, people like me, I'm nobody special. If I died tomorrow, most people won't miss me, you know. So the government doesn't care about me. And these leftists don't care about me. If they got rid of me, it wouldn't matter. I'm just another white guy that's out of their hair. Another conservative-minded person that's out of their hair. They, you know, to them I have no value. But is that really what we want the human race to be like? Where we're devaluing people now? Now you can bring up the past all you want. What about slavery? What about this? Well, what about the Roman Empire? What about the Greek Empire? What about the Muslims who enslaved thousands and thousands of people over their history? I mean, you can go on and on. I thought we were supposed to be progressing. We're not progressing, we're regressing. We're going back to, you know, slavery was founded on all lives matter. Or, excuse me, the ending of slavery was founded on all lives matter. Now, somebody's going to take that out of context, you know? So now if you say all lives matter, you're racist. So, go explain that one. Well, the problem is that colleges and high schools are not teaching kids and young people accurate history. They don't teach the benefits of all those struggles that we went through as a human society. They don't teach the Dark Ages anymore and the price of freedom that the martyrs had to pay so that we could have freedom today. You know? You know, I'm sorry to say, but it was because of those Protestants that we have our freedom today. Otherwise, we would have been under papal rule forever. Now, that might be touchy for some people, especially if you're Catholic or whatever, but it is what it is. The church controlled most of the narrative. And I'm a Christian, you know, but, you know, you can't deny history, right? So, and I'm not saying Christianity is bad, you know. I don't see Catholicism as straight Christianity, you know what I'm saying? I see Catholicism as like Christianity mixed with, you know, ancient paganism, you know. It's like a hybrid, you know, because they do a lot of the pagan ritualistic stuff and have Christian, you know, doctrine mixed in, you know. And again, people might not like me saying that, but that's just how I see it. You know, I mean, that's what it looks like to me. But that's not the point I'm trying to make. You know, I'm trying to just say, you know, that young people are not being taught real history, like the full picture. They're only given all these little negative. Look at the bad things we did. I just saw something about Zimbabwe today that they're going to apparently give back the land to the white, at least some of the white population, if not all of the white population that they took away from, you know, to punish the white man, I guess, because of the colonialism. You know, and you know, you could argue that that's kind of weird, but what are you gonna do? You can't blame 4 generations later, or whatever it is, 5 generations later, 6 generations later, for the problems that were caused, you know, 10 generations earlier. You know what I'm saying? It's just such a weird mentality, man. In order to move forward, you have to forgive, you know, the wrongs of the past and work for a more positive future. And that isn't just summed up in socialism, you know what I mean? And that's really what all this is about. All right, Hagadu, take care, man. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it. I think I don't know what happened to. I just lost my bearings here. Where did that Rex? Did I harvest it? Oh, I did. Okay. Was that the one I just harvested? Dang, I'm too busy talking. I'm forgetting. Anyway. All right. Well, I'm gonna call it a day. It's getting dark now. I gotta eat and get to bed. And it's been 2 hours and 20 minutes. So, I guess I'll leave the server up for a little while. I mean, you guys can hop on if you want. I can't guarantee that the game is not going to crash. Oh, brothers. Yeah, that's fine. I got to get going anyway, Hagadu. And everybody else who's on, 7 viewers. So, you guys have a good weekend. I don't know when I'm going to be on next. Like I said, I'm kind of on a mini vacation, if that's what you want to call it. So I might do some VR Skyrim for Um, this guy Chris here. Um, he wants me to check out Skyrim VR with the mods, so I'll see if I can get him working on my computer. Although I'm running out of computer space because of all my Steam games and the mods. Like I looked at the mods and it takes up 100 gigs of space. Can you believe that? I mean, that is insane. So I don't know if I can erase them or not. Like, I'm not sure how that works. Um, like I have the mods in the game, but then Vortex downloads them to a particular folder. So I don't know if I can erase the stuff that's in the actual folder, you know? So if any of you guys know about modding, you can leave a comment whenever you want about that. If I can erase that Vortex mod folder or not. Um, so yeah. Anyway, love y'all. Thanks for stopping by. Take care of yourselves. Be safe. And check into, if you didn't check into it already, I know that this is another hot topic, but hydroxychloroquine is safe. It's been safe forever. My wife is from Asia, so yeah. To say that hydroxychloroquine adds any kind of medical risk to anyone is 100% false. So, you know, that crazy black lady that they keep saying is crazy was actually correct. And she was also correct about that 2005 study from the CDC that said hydroxychloroquine and some other drugs mixed together are a good cocktail to fight against coronaviruses. Just saying. Adios.